Hi everyone, I'm going to provide a quick overview of how to start exploring resources from the Career and Leadership Development Center. The resources I'm going to focus on today are really specific to incoming students. So I'm starting by clicking on the Student tab of our main landing page for the CLDC and clicking on Resources, where you see that our resources are broken down by a number of different career topics, things like interviewing, career exploration, writing resumes, but then also resources for special populations. So if you are a first generation student, an international student, if you identify as multicultural or part of the LGBTQ plus community, if you're a veteran or student service member, have a disability, and so on. So these all include campus resources, CLDC specific resources, and then broader external resources that we have reviewed and included to curate the most relevant resources for you. Where I'm going to start today is on the Career and Major Exploration tab. This is really useful for a lot of first-year students, and honestly even for students long after their first year, as many of us make decisions about what am I interested in doing, what are my options, how can I make some informed decisions, and what's going to be out there when I graduate. So this page is a really great place to start your exploration. You'll see there are a number of CLDC activities. You'll also see the Ohio University Academic Catalog. This is where you can find detailed information about majors and minors and certificates at the university. This will take you to an external page, but still at the university, but external to the CLDC. If you scroll down on here, you'll see information about different colleges. And then if you click on this curricula link, it'll give you an alphabetical list of every major, minor, and certificate at the university. That's a resource we use a lot in career coaching. Great for you to know about. Another resource that many students love is called What Can I Do with This Major? This may be a question you've gotten from a family member if you've shared a major, like, what are you going to do with that? This website can help you answer it. So I've clicked on What Can I Do with This Major? I'm going to just click View All Majors, and this will bring me to a list of a bunch of different majors. Good to be aware of, this is not an Ohio University specific resource. So you may see the major or majors you're thinking about in slightly different terminology than what you're used to here at OU. That doesn't mean you've done something wrong. It's just the way this site is set up. The CLDC pays for a subscription to this website. It is run through the University of Tennessee, so some of the terminology is a little bit different. But the way this is set up is I'm going to just click on a major that I might be thinking of. So I'm going to start by selecting sociology. And then each of these major pages show me different areas I could work in as a sociology major, whether that's human services or criminal justice or law. And then in each of these areas, it's giving me more detail about, okay, so if I could be a sociology major and work in education, what does that really mean? Who are employers in that area? And then what are strategies for gaining employment in education as a sociology major? So there's a ton of detail available at different majors and career pathways that you could be pursuing as a result of the field you ultimately select as your major. Each page has a plethora of areas and then a section of general information and then further links for your own exploration. So that is a lot of information on what can I do with this major. We're going to go back to our general resources page. Some other tools you may find interesting. My Next Move is a great personality self-assessment that is also connected to this ONET online resource. These resources go together. So if you're interested in a self-assessment tool to get more information about your traits, preferences, and skill areas, that takes about 10 minutes to do and is very popular with some of our undecided students, for sure. USA Jobs shares a list of federal occupations by college major, showing all the opportunities in the federal government for employment, regardless of major. And then the other tool that a lot of students are interested in is the BuzzFile Employers by Major. This is the last resource I'll show you. So this shows you can either look by major or by state. So you'll see a number of different groupings of major areas. So if I click on something, I'm going to just stick with the social sciences theme. Let's see. So we're going to go with political science as a employment area we're interested in. So if I'm a political science major and I want to look in Ohio, this will give me a long list of all the different places somehow related to political science that are located in Ohio. This is not a list of jobs or employers that are actively hiring. It's a list of actual either branches of government or different organizations that relate to political science that could be great places to explore for internships, for jobs, for networking opportunities. So a lot of ways to gather some information there. So I showed you a lot of resources during this brief video. This could be a great starting point for exploring your own interests, and then you can also use this information with a career coach. So if you're thinking, that was helpful, but now I have more information than I know what to do with, or I'm feeling overwhelmed, reach out to one of us and we are happy to explore this more. Thanks for taking time to learn more about our resources.